Next up, we got some more SUNNYV2, man. Now, hey, if y'all want more of these videos, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. All right. I do love SUNNYV2 videos a lot, but I don't rush to every single one. But today we have why Chris will soon be a nightmare for MrBeast. Now, if y'all haven't heard of the situation, I'm not gonna really speak too much because I'm not gonna try to get all on that. But I guess Chris, which is MrBeast, one of his longtime friends or something like that. I guess he recently just changed genders, or now he's a transgender. So like I said, I'm not gonna really speak too much on it because I know it's a very sensitive topic. But hey, man, I seen a little bit. Everybody been talking about it. MrBeast felt like he's you know what I'm saying, like, cause the whole community's really saying like, why did Chris do this to himself? You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody's saying. So y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about it. Hey, let's see what it been time about.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for MrBeast's brand. However, it may also provide some unique benefits. So let's begin by going over the drama before explaining exactly how this will impact the MrBeast channel. In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential southern gun and truck loving dude. Yet beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as, "I finally got my nails done at a nail tech." Additionally, Chris would highlight that his facial appearance had changed significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs I had to prove I was myself because I, quote, look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance?" Prompting
I mean, duh. I mean, shit. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Literally, you.
replies such as, "You went from man to boy." Chris responded by stating, "Nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my mental health seriously and eating better," yet his Twitter photos kept insinuating that Chris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his MrBeast appearances. For example, on the 6th of January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled "I strapped a GoPro to a fish," in which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, "Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother." Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails? Chris had to have lost a bet. The look is getting wild. The response to the video then prompted countless viral TikToks, such as this one with 700,000 likes, stating, "How did Chris go from this to this?" While others even
See, I seen that. That's the TikTok I was talking about.
made the claim that Carl had turned him gay. Now, this was pretty ridiculous as Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual years before he and Carl had even met. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he'd painted his nails. Chris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Chris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end.
So the question is, did he, like, how did this happen? Did something happen with his girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? Or does he just was curious? I don't know, bro. Like,
from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails. As the criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this, before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for changing genders. Chris would expand on this by stating, "Informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving gender-affirming healthcare in a first world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies," which
so now that's how I would say, like, you know, somebody can do whatever they want to do. What I wouldn't say for sure, though, I wouldn't try to put this type of thing on like a kid. Somebody who's under 18 and is fully developed, that's when I'll be like, okay, I draw a line. Like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think a kid should be able to tell, oh yeah, I want to change my gender, because he's still developing or she's still developing. You know what I'm saying? She don't really know. You're just, you know what I'm saying? You know how you was a kid, you was curious about things. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to make no drastic changes, and then now you get older and you be like, bro, I should never did that. I was just a kid. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if you were over the age of 21, 18, 19, 21, like, you know what I'm saying? You know right from wrong. You know what you want. So, you know what I'm saying? If he want to do that to his own body, that's his choice. I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But when you doing that to kids, that's when they get like, all right, bro. Like,
received a positive response from both Carl and MrBeast, who wrote, "Got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity, others weren't so welcoming. "There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times." Chris responded to this comment by stating, "This is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids. Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He is so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love. I know I'm going to be a great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker." Chris's response received some positivity such as, "I'm convinced you're an amazing father. Tucker is lucky to have you and also lucky to have all of those who surround and support you in his life, as well as I adore that, I'm glad you made that decision. It's so much easier to be a parental figure when you're not struggling with dysphoria, yet he'd also receive an equal amount of backlash. You ripped apart your family and took a father figure away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic. He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house, a life full of difference and being alone. Must have missed the point in that tweet. How's this for him when you're depriving him of a father figure?" Although Chris wasn't altered by these comments, as he'd once again reiterate his certainty in a new post reading, "It's never too late to start being yourself," which received praise from MrBeast as well as Nolan and Carl. However, these comments also added extra fuel to the fire. "In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards. Hope you come out of this safe." MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio, to which the original commenter would state, "I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio me. I'll still rest easy knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life."
see, that's kind of tough. That's tough, like, cause it's like you can't just sit there and say like he's ruining his life. Cause if he really says he's happy and he really says he, like, you know what I'm saying, he's happy about the situation and it, like, mentally, like, cause mental things is really is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you're mentally, if you change yourself or whatever, how you want to do it, and you feel mentally free and you feel better with your life, then okay, go ahead, do it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say like he's messing his life up or whatever. Like I do understand kind of what you're saying, like about the kid situation, because you don't have a father figure. But I mean like, I don't know. It's like, I guess he is right. I mean, shit. Only thing I would say is like I guess he was a boy before. You know what I'm saying? He was a man prior to this. It's just only start happening. So it's not like he just changed genders and then forgot every manly thing he's ever learned his own life. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can still teach his son manly things, but you know, definitely the kid might definitely get bullied at school. That's definitely a thing. That's what might happen. It's gonna be tough. Definitely gonna be tough.
In some ways, it was nice to see the boys standing up for Chris on Twitter. However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the videos. For example, in a recent livestream titled "Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes," Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally does. It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as a
Yo, I kept seeing this on TikTok, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This one really made me feel like, bro, this is crazy. Because this is the first time I ever seen MrBeast. Like, his face was a little red. You know what I'm saying? He just looked like not the happy MrBeast you know. You feel me? And it's crazy because low-key, like, this really could mess up MrBeast. Because any wrong thing MrBeast could do or say or anything, the whole LGBT community, like, they will literally be on his ass and they will literally try to cancel him. Remember, they already tried to cancel this nigga for curing the blind. He couldn't even do good deeds. They want to cancel him for doing good deeds. So imagine you actually slip up and say something or give somebody the wrong look. Bro, MrBeast, they are on your ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is actually, I was thinking about that. I'm like, bro, this is bad, bro. Like like, cause you would think like, okay, MrBeast is such a high stature, a high figure, and it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing he literally can do to him to get canceled. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to literally come out as racist, come out as a pedo, or you know what I'm saying? He had to come out doing some crazy stuff, and like, okay, you know, we're not watching him no more. But it's crazy too. It's like, it won't even be you. It could just be somebody around you that could bring you down. Just your friends. It's crazy. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, if you say one wrong thing or anything, or somebody try to make it something like that, and they try to put a tweet out, and the tweet blow up, and then now everybody believe this, like, it's that easy, bro. It's that easy. It's crazy.
Felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Chris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my god, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind, MrBeast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when each member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks. Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
For the most part, the live stream was devoid of awkward moments. However, it would act as fodder for another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism.
Yeah.
Chris likely believes that people will slowly adapt to his new appearance over time, but is this really going to happen? Well, maybe. It's difficult to say as the situation is fairly unique, especially when considering Chris's reputation and influence. However, if Chris continues to transition, would it be unreasonable to say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in the first place? Perhaps the opposite will happen, and he'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast audience. This was put forward in many comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of queer kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add any value to the videos. MrBeast has likely cultivated a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video. On top of this, it can be uncomfortable and unrelatable for the silent majority, although as we have seen, a situation like Chris's does have the potential to create an otherworldly amount of discussion, which could be seen as a benefit for the MrBeast brand.
Drama is good for growth, 100%. That would be an easy way to up my
So
base
you're
if
a
I got it.
Keemstar
Bro.
The problem is, this type of situation is probably the last thing
That's
that
what, see, literally just said it. He can't say nothing. He can't say shit. He can't, like, even with the nice shoes. That is, yo, bro was pushing it with that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like that little clip, like, I say, bro, cause I like MrBeast. I say, bro, honestly, MrBeast, you know what I'm saying? He a friend and everything, bro, but you might have to drop him, bro. Just drop him from the group, bro. Drop him from the group. Actually, no, this is what I'm gonna say. First, see how I go, you know what I'm saying? Maybe just some drama for right now, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then over the time, you feel me? If he actually make the videos better, or if everything don't change and everything cool, then everything cool. But if it's like going downhill, bro, drop him, bro. Cause you already putting yourself in a bad position anyways. You know what I'm saying? You can't say or do not one thing, bro. You can't even give a compliment. Bro said nice shoes. They were like, why you ain't say this? Why you ain't say that? Why you had to compliment shoes? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you literally, bro, like, you're just you're just walking on hot fire.
MrBeast wants to attract, as he's forced to agree with Chris's position, as he has no way of manipulating the situation without being painted as the bad guy. It's a lose-lose situation for MrBeast. I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Chris, cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation is a
bro, I feel like, bro, just make up some fake beef, bro. Just say something happened. That's all you gotta do. Oh, some shit happened. Oh, we gotta kick him out. That's all you gotta do, bro. You don't just like randomly kick him out. You can't do that. Now that's how you gonna know some shit fucked up. But you know what I'm saying? If it's some fake beef or some shit, Get that nigga up out of there, bro.
Cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition, Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their true feelings and may rather simply click on fewer MrBeast videos. If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe media firestorm. The only clean solution, should things go south, might be for Chris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable. Whether it be arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to how this whole thing might impact Jimmy, forgetting that he achieved his current level of success by avoiding this exact type of drama.
That's what I'm saying, bruh. It don't have to be you. It could be your friends. Yo, friend, you know how like, damn, yo, friends can do this shit to you, bro. That shit fucked up, bro. That's fucked up, bro. That's crazy. Let me know how I feel in the comments. I love y'all. We out.